Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Jody here, your Wednesday host for SelFTMade. I apologize that I've been gone for like a month from the channel. This last month I've been trying to hit deadline after deadline so I can graduate this month in December, so like next week. And I just didn't have a chance to ask anyone to cover for me, so it's definitely my fault. So I'm going to catch up on all the videos that I missed out on, which are only a few, so that makes me happy. So let's get into this. So the first one I'm going to cover is transitional goals. A lot of my transitional goals right now are things that people think about earlier in transitioning, where I've done a lot of things later. Right now I'm working on saving up money to change like my driver's license, my middle name, my driver's license, and my gender marker. I've always had this in the back of my mind. I wanted to have it done by the time I graduated, so then that way there wouldn't be any complications. I wouldn't have to necessarily come out to my employer unless I really felt the need to. So I'm working on that, even though I'm still having to look for jobs, so that way I can save the money to do it. So that's really, there's that. And then the second thing is, I've always set a goal that if I was going to freeze my eggs, I wanted to do it by the time I was 35 or before 35. And the reason being is that medically, people that have children, like females that have children at 35 and later, are at a higher risk of like having complications, birth defects, autism. And so I want to make sure that if I decide to have children, or my partner decides to carry my children, that I can minimize that risk as much as possible, because I am an older guy. I'm 32. I will be 33 in another month, actually. And so it's coming up the chute. It's coming faster than I ever thought it would come. And so I've always thought about saving my eggs, freezing my eggs for before 35. And so I went to a VA clinic, and I had my ovaries checked and my uterus checked. The reason why that being is that you want to have your uterus checked, because even though I haven't had a monthly cycle, that doesn't mean that my body isn't creating like the lining inside, and it's just not shedding it like it's supposed to when females have a monthly cycle. And then I wanted to look, my endocrinologist at the VA wanted to look at my ovaries to see if there's like a follicle point in my ovaries, to see which would determine if it would be easy for me to go off of testosterone and be off testosterone as little as possible, and then have viable eggs, or if it was going to be more difficult. And so I haven't heard anything back yet. I'm still waiting, and I don't think I see her like in another few months, so she might just be waiting to have a conversation with me when I go back to the VA. So there's that. And really that's it. I've thought about having other bottom surgeries off and on. Oh, sorry, finished that thought. So that reminds me that, so then once I do freeze my eggs, or if I decide not to freeze my eggs, I'm gonna have a hysterectomy probably, just because, if I don't not plan on using, my reproductive organs, or they're not serving a purpose for me, then I feel like I just can get rid of them, and the VA will help cover that cost, so that's kind of nice, also, I found out. So there's that. Other than that, I'm not thinking about any other bottom surgery right now. I have off and on, and I kind of mentioned it with my endocrinologist when I did go to the VA, but I think that's going to have to be a later conversation, just because I'm still not completely entirely happy with bottom surgery options right now. So it's come a long way. It's just not where I want it at, and there's just a lot of stuff to think about right now in regards to having a hysterectomy or freezing my eggs. Currently, right now, I'm deciding on a hysterectomy or not. So, other than that, you guys have any questions for me on maybe dealing with the VA and my experience with that, I'm going to make a video on my personal channel, so check that out. If not, then go ahead and just leave some comments down below, and I will answer, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!